So our project is called Music Theory RPG. I'm Kainoa, this is Tracy. This is also, we're just starting this up this summer. So, general overview of it, it is a video game that's intended to teach music theory, with the goal being of making the learning very implicit, so it's a lot more like a game and less like a textbook, so it can actually be fun for the player the whole time. We hope to have a demo done by the end of the summer that will teach basics of tempo and minor and major second intervals. So what exactly those intervals are, they're defined by half steps, which are adjacent keys on a piano. So you see one half step here to here, that is a minor second, a whole half, two half steps, a whole step, 1, 2 is a major second, so they have to listen to the sound of those two different notes and determine which one it is. So our goals for this over the summer is to have an overworld working, or a section of the overworld working, in addition to a battle system with AI and battle mechanics, and hopefully have some player characters, NPCs, and a couple enemies working. Our timeline for accomplishing this, the first 2 weeks, we're just familiarizing ourselves with Python and Pygame, which we plan on using to code this. We don't really know anything about it before coming here, but it's Python, it's going to be that bad. We're also plan on designing all the mechanics and the characters and things of that nature for these first 2 weeks. The next 2, we're working on the battle screen and animations for it, in addition to the enemies we plan on including, whatever those may be. For weeks 5 and 6, we're going to do the work on the overworld animations and interactions and begin creating the soundtrack of it and other music things that we'll need. And for the final few weeks, we're just going to work on integrating everything, debugging the whole system, and if time permits, adding in some extras such as more items or cutscenes, things of that nature. So that's our project. Are there any questions or feedback?
Have you heard of a game called Typing of the Dead?
No.
So this is a zombie game that was, I think, for Sega Dreamcast, and you literally plug in keyboards into your console, and you would fight zombies by typing words that appear on the screen. It's actually a really fun game. It was an arcade game too, and definitely I would look at it just because there haven't really been that many learning game combination RPG or first-person shooter kind of things, so just to get some ideas. Also, Pygame, just a warning, I guess, it's nice, but it tends to be really counterintuitive. There are a lot of things that have almost the same names that don't do the same thing, so maybe give yourself a little bit of extra time to learn the library.
Can you describe a day in the life of the game, a scenario, how you use the music, or how you combine music theory with the game itself?
So it's for the most part going to function like a standard RPG. A big part of the inspiration of this game, of the battle system of this game at least, if anyone's played Paper Mario or the Mario RPG games, it should be fairly similar to that. You pick an action, and then you have to press buttons in time. So in this case, what it will do is it will play a minor or major second, and you have to figure out which one it is and play the same interval back to it. For attacking, for defending, the enemy will attack you in a rhythm, and you have to repeat that rhythm back.
It seems like it could have a lot of use in educational environments. So you might want to try adding some kind of way for teachers to kind of give this to students and then get some kind of, grade back, some kind of printout of how well they did. What, you could try gearing it towards that, to add, or, at least have some kind of functionality in there so that if somebody wanted to implement it in the classroom, there could be some way of, getting information back out of the game.
That could be a useful add-on at a later time, but if we do add that, we do need to make sure that it's like not 100% viewable to the player, just so that it feels more like a game. That's a big component of this.
Yeah.
Playing on like an actual like piano keyboard is a lot different than like the layout of physical of a computer keyboard. Is there something out there that's like a USB piano keyboard?
Yeah, there are little MIDI keyboards that do just that.
All right, cool.
So boss battles should definitely take place with doing the piano bars. Really classy.
So when I was in late elementary school, like 4th or 5th grade or something, they tried to teach us all touch typing. And I had this program called Native Speak and Teach Us Typing.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it was pretty much universally used around everywhere. And it had these really dumb games in it. But as kids, we all actually didn't mind doing it so much just because of the fact that it gave us a score at the end. You might want to look at sort of the way that deals with keeping track of how well you're doing and stuff, since it's not too obtrusive, but it's still very obviously there. And it doesn't really detract too much from the experience as the kid trying to learn.
Is there like a certain age group that you're thinking would mostly use it? And I suppose anyone could share specific.
We're not 100% certain yet. Presumably the same audience that enjoys RPGs. So not terribly young.
Yeah, you're kind of walking a line between learning game and RPG right now. So kind of try to solve that identity crisis.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, exactly. And especially if it's a very elementary school, that's going to maybe lean much more towards teaching as opposed to the RPG side. Or maybe there's a way to kind of meet multiple audiences. Other questions, feedback? Thank you.